Hello and welcome to my video. On my channel you can find lots of other revision guides that will help you through your GCSEs. So take a look and hit subscribe to stay up to date with all the latest videos. If there's anything in particular that you would like a video on, then let me know and I'll try my best to get it sorted for you. So today we're going to look at performance skills in GCSE Dance. I'm going to guide you through some exam tips and techniques to help you get the most in this section. So first of all, it's really important that you know your performance skills and your choreographic skills. In section B, you could be asked questions on any of these skills, so it's really important that you've revised them thoroughly and you know which skills fall into each category. So for example, if you are asked a question about technical skills, then you need to be able to recall quickly which skills are in this category. If you start talking about expressive skills or physical skills by mistake, then you won't get any marks. So it's really important that you spend time revising these. It's the same with choreographic skills. You must know which words come into each category for exactly the same reason. You need to be able to show your examiner that you know what each of these words means as well. You'll be explaining them and talking about them in detail, so if you know the definitions and you can understand how you use them in your dance, then that's even better. Now there's a lot to take in, but don't worry, I'm going to guide you through every step of the way. So first of all, here's our basic structure. So each time you're asked about a skill, first of all, you need to name the skill that you're going to talk about first, then give an example about how you used it in your dance, and then explain how it made your dance effective. Now, effectiveness is particularly important here because it shows a full understanding of each skill. And after all, we are dancing for the audience, so it's important that we make it look good. A good way to start your answer is to explain your dance briefly. So for example, if your question was about choreography, then a good place to start would be by telling the examiner what your choreographic intent is. This means that the rest of the essay answer will flow on nicely and it will all make sense. So if we look at this structure in more detail, we can follow the basic structure the same every time you answer a section B question. So I like to use I used, and then you name the skill. When I, then give an example of when you used the skill in your dance. So you would be describing the action that you did in your dance, so the examiner can picture what it actually looks like. Then you go on to say, this made my dance effective because. So tell us how it made it look good or how it affected the audience. You could also go on to say, if I didn't have this skill, then so and so would happen. So once again, it's I used, when this made my dance effective because. And a little tip for you here, when you name the skill that you used, make sure that you name it specifically. So instead of just saying, I used physical skills when and then giving the example, make sure you pick one of the skills and name it. For example, I used flexibility when I lifted my leg up high to the side and pointed my toes, for example. So if we look at this in more detail, you can practice this in a table formation. So I'm going to run you through an example of what it might look like all the way through. So one of my examples based on physical skills would be something like this. I used flexibility when I jumped and extended both legs out to the side into a star shape. This made my dance effective because it made the move look more dramatic and helps to show clear shape. If I didn't have this skill, the jump wouldn't have looked as effective as my legs wouldn't have stretched out as far. So teachers, if you're looking for a way to practice this with your students, you can create a table such as this. Now this example here is for physical skills, but you can do the same for technical skills or for structure or any of the performance or choreographic skills. The more your students practice this, the quicker they'll be able to come up with answers ready for their exam. And let's face it, in the real exam, you don't have long to write these answers down. I've put a column here for understanding the skill or giving a definition. Now, although you won't need to state the definition of all the skills in your essay answer, it's important to understand what they mean. This is because if you have a better understanding of what the skill actually means, then you can explain it better in your answer. It will also help you to think of all the examples of places where you use that skill in your dance. So those of you looking for top marks should be going into detail about effectiveness. So you don't have to stop at just 1 point. You can give more than 1 point to show how it made your dance effective. So think about the audience and how it made your dancer stand out. In your answer, you should be sure to discuss plenty of skills. So remember, in section B, you could be asked about your solos, so your set phrases, your duet or trio, or your choreography. And any of these questions will be related to performance skills or choreographic skills. So make sure you learn them and make sure you practice those essay answers. So if you want to know more about how each skill makes your performance effective, check out my next video where I've gone into detail with loads of examples you can use in your answer. The more varied you can make your examples, the better, as it shows a fuller understanding. I also have lots of other revision videos that will help you out with your exams. If you have anything specific that you are looking for and you can't find it, let me know and I'll try and get it sorted as quick as I can for you. I'll be uploading lots of videos to help you out with your exams, so make sure you hit subscribe and check out my other videos to see what else I can do to help. Good luck!